Can't believe it's been a full year since we first attended the Mid-Atlantic Overland Festival. A lot has changed since then. Last year we stuffed every open space of the FJ, rooftop storage, and a hitch basket. Last year we saw some awesome DIY builds, and now we get to attend with our own labor of love. Last year we were unsure of ourselves and didn't know anyone. We've since gotten to know adventurers of all kinds. We've learned that you don't need to be an expert to encourage others to explore and experience the world around you, and we're looking forward to what we'll learn this year. This was a trip we've been looking forward to since the moment the festival ended last year. First though, the 3-hour trip back to Huntington, Pennsylvania, and that beautiful hay farm.
To bring us back where it all began. Life is beautiful.
That was fair.
This is the gas station. Before we go to the main Overland Festival.
The what?
The gas station.
And then what?
Main Overland Festival.
All the noise, we can just let it fade away. We can just let it fade away. We can just let it fade away. Life is beautiful,
A camper, just setting her tent up all by herself without being asked, out catching grasshoppers. Yeah. Loves camping, loves nature.
We arrived a little later than planned, so we quickly got camp set up, this year in the rowdy section, and got some good food going with plans to catch the Star Talk as the sun went down. The kids loved it last year, and we would find that at least before the bad weather rolled in a couple days, we would have amazing skies for stargazing this year. As the sun moved closer to the horizon and a bunch of kids played ball out in the hayfield, we headed down to the vendor area. Last year, Ted Williams came out from the Centennial Planetarium to present his night sky talk, and he's back again to draw our eyes up to the skies. And these would be the darkest skies we'd ever seen. Ted has an ability to even captivate the kids, who are continuously looking for meteors and pointing out asterisms.
More people asked me today, are we going to see the meteors tonight? Take a look at the dates, everybody. How come you haven't been looking? Maybe you didn't know. The Perseid meteor shower is a wide stream of meteors, and because it's so wide, we enter into that path on July 17th. So I hate to say, how come you haven't been looking? They've been coming over our sky since the 17th. So if you notice, we have some shooting stars here. And what they do is they seem to radiate from the area of Perseus. And that's why we call this the Perseus shower. And although Perseus is not well known to most people, that big W right there, Queen Cassiopeia, which might be up there in the sky shortly, that really is pretty obvious to everybody. If you notice there's a red W right there and a red square, I would suggest if you haven't done constellations before, start with something called asterisms. You all know asterisms. You know the Big Dipper, right? Time sky. It's a big triangular slice, and it's made of 3 really bright stars. So we have some stars up there. Sorry for you people sitting in the tent. I don't know if they told you we were doing some star watching, but if you take a look up, I'm going to see if I can find some of them for us. I have a couple bright ones. In fact, if I have anyone younger right now, can you point anything out?
That was the one that was on fast. You're ridiculous.
Okay, so maybe I can be ridiculous from time to time, but who can argue with an epic camp breakfast and an appropriately epic soundtrack to go with it? Hey, where'd your breakfast go?
Almost all of it went in my tummy.
Huh.
Where'd the almost all of it? What about the rest of it?
I mentioned before that we learned you don't have to be an expert to lead people to explore. Over the past couple days, I connected with some folks from the Central PA Overland group about going out for a ride through Rothrock State Forest. And since I had the waypoints and the routes, I ended up the leader. 8 rigs in all, we gathered overlooking the vendor area, set our radio channel, and set off on a route similar to last year, hitting a couple spots I specifically enjoyed, while adding a couple more. Now, I'm only aware of one section of trail at Rothrock that isn't a well-maintained gravel road, but we'd save that for the end of the ride. In the meantime, this was just a smooth ride through the forest and stopping to chat from time to time. Our first stop was a short one at Greenwood Furnace, just before turning off of the pavement. Now, I had stopped a couple times to find a rock in the tire tread that was clicking with each revolution, so I concentrated on that and missed our turn. And if I didn't mention that, I'm sure this video would get a few snide remarks about leaving it out. Actually should have turned right there anyway, So after getting everybody to turn around, we headed back out to where we were supposed to go. Our first stop off the blacktop was a vista on Kettle Road. Some may say PA vistas are all the same, but I disagree. Even the same vista over again is at a different time, maybe with different people. They're always worth at least a short pause for admiration.
Man, has anyone got a drone? Got one of my favorite spots coming up. We'll stop for a breather.
We stopped a couple more times, but I made sure to stop at what was one of my favorite spots last year, a valley canopy of trees in the Alan Seeger Natural Area. In my book, not all vistas are on a ridgeline looking down. The way the light breaks through the swaying trees here is as if you're underwater. This peaceful spot is perfect for a family picnic, or for a bunch of folks to chat about their adventures and encourage more exploration.
Hi, pretty girl. What are we gonna do today while the boys are gone?
Goose Day!
Girls' Day? What are we gonna do for Girls' Day?
Hey, dance!
Woohoo! Excited, Reese? All right.
Hi!
Can
Volcano.
you show it to me? What is that again?
A big volcano with great lava coming out and the sun and Hawaii.
It's Hawaii.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
Hawaii.
Beautiful.
We left Alan Seeger on our way to Wampler Road. Wampler is one of the only non-gravel trails that I'm aware of in Rothrock. If you know of any others that might improve our ride next year, please let us know in the comments. But we stopped at the Vista right where the trail kicked off so that we could air down for a more comfortable ride.
We're gonna pause here at the top. If anybody would like to air down, now's the time.
Probably a good idea since I'm riding 36 now.
Nice smooth road? No. What are you talking about?
It's a bumpy road.
Coming to the end of our ride, we pulled into Whipple Dam State Park to air up for the ride back to the festival. A few of us, like last year, decided to tackle the technical course when we get back, but it wouldn't go quite as planned. I admit that I approached the first of the boulders with little hesitation, but the condition of the trail became quickly apparent as even the smallest obstacle caused the wheels to spin with little effort. Everyone else had just as much difficulty, to where I switched focus away from filming, but I think you get the idea.
Yeah, you're right.
I was thinking the hard part was done, but only a Jeep and I continued from here. Everybody else took the exit. With no more boulders, what could hold us back?
This is a little steep, so hold back to make sure I don't slide into you.
It really didn't look that bad, and I'm sure I could have tore my way through, but we were also trying to be respectful of the property. Even crawl control did nothing. Someone had asked me on the radio if it was slippery.
Just a lot.
At this point, we had little choice but to turn around and exit back where everybody else did. Unfortunately, the opposite direction proved to be a bit more difficult, and the Jeep got hung up pretty good.
You're not high-centered, are you? Yeah, we may need to pull line. Ooh. Oh, hold on, you're pulling a rock,
You can't tell in the video, but he was pulling a very large rock caught in front of his rear differential.
Yeah, I wasn't kidding. I'd say go straight and get over it, and then we'll pull it back.
Pulling straight ahead did the job, but backing out didn't go quite as planned.
You could back up hard to your right and then be able to pull out to the left. Oh gosh. You're gonna need a new fender.
Well, that wasn't exactly the triumph over the trail that we were aiming for.
I made it!
You know there was a turnout back there?
Nope.
You leave your son in the woods?
Yep. He's still trying to put that rock back. You didn't hear the radio at all, did you? Fender deletes are in.
Well, with the peanut gallery literally getting the last laugh, we headed back to camp to see a few folks run the challenge course before heading up for dinner. Then, we wind down for an even better night for astrophotography. With Friday down and one more festival day left, we put the kids to bed and spent some time under the starlit sky. Tomorrow we had interest in some of the classes on mobile power systems and visual storytelling. We'd also explore the vendor area, taking a final lap around the property and getting ready for a decent thunderstorm tomorrow night, which is always fun in a giant open field. Sometime over the night, the clouds rolled through for a light shower, blanketing the farm in a layer of mist and fog by morning. Only a preamble to what was to come this evening. We pulled ourselves from our tents and whipped up some breakfast.
Maybe it's shocked from all the lightning last night.
He flew!
Oh,
Whoa! That was a little fun experience.
who are you, child? Simon says switch. Stick out your tongue.
I've mentioned before that the coolest thing about our adventures has been the people we meet. Some folks approach us because they've seen our videos. Some only knew about the festival at all because of them. And even this trip, we had the pleasure of meeting so many people that just want to get out and experience this amazing place we call Earth. That drive creates a bond that traverses so many lines. We chose the rowdy section to meet people this year, and we landed right next to a party, but everyone was fantastic, and even the kids made friends right off the bat. Our young lady even found a dog to walk, just like last year. The Mid-Atlantic Overland Festival is sponsored by Mainline Overland, whom we've entrusted our FJ Cruiser to for its off-road modifications. But it also wouldn't be possible without the various vendors that joined with their various products and services. One of those was National Luna and Overland Solar, who gave a class on solar charging solutions. There was also Ralph, who gave a class on chainsaw safety, and Purple Lizard, who produces well-researched maps for many of the Mid-Atlantic area forests. They put little purple lizards in places of interest so that you'll go hunting for them. They're a valuable resource when we're planning a trip. You can even purchase them digitally now in the Avenza Maps app. Ron from Ridgeback Guide Services, he's regularly taking groups on trips through New England, and I'm looking forward to joining as soon as I can. Another important supporter, who we also support ourselves, Tread Lightly advocates for open and respectful use of our forests and public lands. They're regularly organizing trail cleanups and maintenance events so that the off-road and overlanding community can give back and preserve the access we have. John Patton gave a talk on visual storytelling that really made me think on some of the things that I can do to bring better storytelling for our viewers. And as luck would have it, he and his buddy gave me a great opportunity to do exactly that today. After the day's classes and wandering the vendor area for a while, I went out for a final ride and came upon this Sprinter van that slid down the hill while attempting to reverse. Now, it was apparent that the van wasn't getting back on the trail on its own. I'd have offered, but the FJ just didn't weigh nearly enough to anchor the van on a winch pull, so we called in for MLO support.
Oh, here's the Dan. Your ride has come. Look. You got this, right? What's up, fellas? You got him, right? Joe, save us, Joe.
You'll see momentarily that the discussion around the van just backing down the hill was not one without risk. The van was on a decent tilt, and the hill down was accompanied with another to climb out of.
You know what I'm not doing? Riding. And the whole way over, it's like kind of crab walking down the path. I was like, oh. Hold on, I'm not filming. Don't move yet. Honestly, it doesn't look that bad. It's rolling along. Okay. Yeah, you're good.
So ultimately, the recovery wasn't needed, but just being there for the peanut gallery made my afternoon.
You're good.
I want to be like in the flat. Just send it, bro.
You want to be flat down there and then come up on the side. Let the brakes on. Yeah, that's probably the problem. That's probably why I got stuck in the first place.
Dan, turn your light bar on. More traction.
Yeah.
On.
There you go. Now you won't get stuck.
We're in full send mode. He's got all the lights on. Full send over there. Give it some grunt. Give it the beans. It'll go. Give it the beans.
I don't think any beans were given, but Dan did make it safely out of the field, and I was back to continue my lap around the farm before heading over to watch some folks on the challenge course.
video of yours
Oh,
on YouTube. Is that you?
probably.
From last year.
Okay, yeah, likely.
You
Yep.
had a little tree situation up
Yep.
there.
We didn't fare as well this year. It's too muddy.
Yeah.
We got past the rock garden and we were just slipping and sliding.
Yeah.
With another festival coming to an end, we had just the second round of the challenge course and the film festival to go. We were also getting notifications of a tornado warning from the storm that was heading our way. A lot of folks started to head out early, but we decided to stay the course.
There was nothing left to say. How to get up, walk away. No when to hold up, no when to fold. No when to hold up, no when to fold. Cold sweat, blood in my eyes. Thunder rolling through the skies. I can feel it in the air tonight. Say I won't, but you know I might. Ain't no storm and ain't no thief. Ain't got time and ain't got sleep. But I feel fine and I feel free. 'Cause I'm the last man standing in the street. Always something, always something. But I ain't got, but I ain't got backs to grind. No when to hold up, no when to fall. No when to hold up. I've been tempted, I've been tempted.
We headed up to the campsite just as it started to rain. We're not sure if the film festival went on as planned since the weather got progressively worse, but we had a meal to cook and we were confident in staying the night. But we were also watching Doppler in case those darker colors headed our way. We could always seek shelter in the FJ. Tonight's menu option: onions, peppers, and Italian sausage, pan-fried with olive oil and basic spices over penne pasta. Simple and hits the spot.
Sausage and peppers and onions and penne. You've got the hiccups.
How is it?
Good one.
Good? Simple and tasty?
Terrific. Good?
You want cold sausage?
I can put it in the rain for a while if you want.
The rain had grown pretty steady at this point, with the faintest of thunder off in the distance.
Raining, it's pouring.
Ow!
What's that mean?
Daddy, the old rain.
Rinsing the dishes in the rain.
I can't rinse the big part. The rain can't do that side.
Then you just leave the one side up and then you turn them over later.
That's my plan.
Luckily, as we put the kids down and retired to our own tent, Doppler was saying that the worst of the storm would be passing to our south. But that didn't preclude a pretty great light show as we drifted off to sleep. In the morning, we'll be loading everything up into the trailer and heading home, but not without future adventures already planned. We'll soon be getting together with the Mudfest Overlanders again for a trip to Bald Eagle, and then later we'll be heading out to Overland Expo East. First, though, we need to get underway, and the mud from the storm was about to make that more difficult than expected. So first on our list of morning fun, I forget to raise the trailer support on our way out.
Things you shouldn't do on someone else's farm.
The ground will heal.
Put some of that back. Whoopsie daisies, Daddy forgot something.
Then, with our travel playlist running loud, we get stuck in the mud behind someone else trying to leave. And while we were making progress with the traction boards, MLO came to the rescue, and we were on our way. Well, on that note, this has been another great year at the Mid-Atlantic Overland Festival. You can bet we're looking forward to the next one. But until then, we have so many adventures planned. We hope you'll subscribe and join us. Maybe we've even convinced you to come to the festival next year. If so, I hope to see you out there.